brother on the bus saw that. And he told her, he's like, hey, you know, you don't have to talk to him like that. You don't have to handle him that way. And she was so outraged that this man had the temerity, or as Stephen A. like to say, the unmitigated gall. He had Weibo's big balls to tell her how she should raise her son. She said, yeah, I got something for you, nigga. She picked up the phone, called her people, and said, meet me at the bus stop. They met her at her stop. It was about 5 or 6 guys. Met her at her bus stop, made sure she got out safely, and she was like, kill him. And they sprayed the entire bus. So with narcissistic mothers, they're a source of a lot of the issues that we have, like issues with attachment styles. You have with personality disorders. I'm sorry. Trust issues, you know, communication style. You know, I often talk about how we have issues with communication, and it's counterintuitive because women, you know, girls learn to talk faster than boys. And the command of the language, women have like a better command of the language. And women are empaths. They're very empathetic when it comes to other women. They feel other women's pain. But when it comes to men, it's something totally different. When it comes to men, how they communicate with men is oftentimes it is abrasive, argumentative. A man will sit and listen to a woman talk. As soon as a man starts talking, they want to shout over him. They want to talk over him. A man should consider their feelings, but they invalidate a man's feelings, telling him he should man up or who hurt you. Shout out to Sweet Jones. He always brings that up. Or they just act like it never happened. Or when we engage in just conflict avoidance, where we just like, you know what, I'm done. I don't want to hear it. I'm tired of arguing. You don't listen to anything I say anyway. So, hey, whatever you say, babe. Yes, dear. Whatever you say, dear. And then they go tell their friends, well, he doesn't communicate his true feelings. I want a divorce. I want a divorce. I want out. The problem with so many relationships being broken up, with so many families being broken up, with so many marriages being broken up, a lot of times it's because women are just quitters. You don't get your way, you quit. Them old school women were not like that. Them old school women, they not leaving. If a woman thought she could sleep with her man and she was going to take him, she like, oh, nah, B. You ain't getting my man. I might make his life hell for a little bit, but you gonna know he's staying right here at home. But nowadays, oh no. Women throw their hands up and quit at everything. Oh, if you're not making enough money, man, we're not on the same page. We're not compatible. Irreconcilable differences. Everything has to be the way they want. The only voice that should matter in a relationship is their voice. Men have to plead and fight about how to raise their kids because they feel like these are my kids. I'm going to raise them the way I want. And God help you if you have to co-parent with one of these women. Everything is good. Everything is all good until you as a man get into another relationship. Then you have a problem. Now you have a hard time seeing your kids. They want to make it difficult, want to run to the courts and make up all kind of lies, say that I'm scared. I'm scared that he might hurt the child. These are all narcissistic mothers. You know, I got, before I go on, I have another video that I want to show you. And it's of a young woman on a bus in Philadelphia, right? On a bus in Philadelphia. And a lot of these young women, these young girls who are raising kids, they're raising wolves. These kids are unruly. They're savage because they take after, in some cases, their narcissistic mothers. You have kids that are out here calling grown-ups by their name. I don't even answer a kid when he calls me by my name. No, my name is Mr. Abe. You don't, Mr. AK. You don't call me by my name. We're not peers. I'll just ignore him. These young women are raising these kids to have no respect for adults. First is they call adults by their name. Then they're cursing and doing all kinds of things in front of them. They act like we're peers. It's ridiculous. And so this woman, young woman, was on the bus in Philadelphia, and she was brutal. You know, she was rough with her baby boy, and he was like 1 or 2. Just like I mentioned the story of how these women tend to talk and be overly aggressive with these young boys. And so another brother on the bus saw that. And he told her, he's like, hey, you know, you don't have to talk to him like that. You don't have to handle him that way. And she was so outraged that this man had the temerity, or as Stephen A. like to say, the unmitigated gall. He had Weibo's big balls to tell her how she should raise her son. She said, yeah, I got something for you, nigga. She picked up the phone, called her people, and said, meet me at the bus stop. They met her at her stop. It was about 5 or 6 guys. Met her at her bus stop. Made sure she got out safely. And she was like, kill him. And they sprayed the entire bus. Lit the bus up. Because a man gave her advice that she didn't need to be beating her son like that. This is an example of a young girl who more than likely was raised by a narcissistic mother and raised to conduct herself like that, because that's how narcissistic mothers are. Let me pull up this video. Excuse me. I'm gonna pull this video up. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right, so let me pull this up.
This dramatic video shows passengers scrambling for safety after gunmen opened fire into their bus. Prosecutors played surveillance video of the shooting in court on Thursday.
All of the shots that you can see were through the passenger compartment. They weren't at the tires. They weren't necessarily at the roof. They were all through the passenger compartment.
Prosecutors said the violence was spurred by this female rider. A fellow passenger reportedly criticized her for hitting her child. Officials allege this female passenger then called 3 men to meet her when the bus arrived at her stop in North Philadelphia. Police said 2 of the men were armed and opened fire before the bus driver fled the scene. No passengers were hurt. A judge has ordered the female passenger and 3 men allegedly involved in the shooting to stand trial. They face charges including attempted murder and conspiracy. Orla Reese, the Associated Press.
Y'all see that? They're going to kill people on the bus because a man gave her, an older brother gave her advice that, she shouldn't be beating her child like that. These are the type of mothers that are raising these kids. And so when women are out there and they're complaining about how men don't know how to treat women, about how men are not leaders, about how men are mama's boys, how men want to live up under there and they're not trying to be their mothers. This is where it comes from. This is where it comes from. All these women who can't get a man and turning their sons into little husbands is disgusting. You call that emotional incest. This is what's going on in our communities.